welcome back to The Puff. I'm your favorite intellectually heightened furball here on this side of the internet. It's been a while since I've done one of these, and I kind of need to as I'm running behind schedule on other products. I also kind of need to do this for an assignment, so I wanted to get something out to y'all. So today, we're going to go over an assortment of topics that caught my eye, starting off with after all this time, you never really expect the next crazy or stupid thing that YouTube decides to do to its creators. Granted, I don't think it's half as bad as the way Twitch has been towards its creators, but this is, so far, one of the dumbest things to get demonetized for. So if you're not aware, YouTube's latest policies on monetization, one of the requirements is for you to not curse or show game gore within the first handful of seconds of the video. Simple to achieve. However, if you're streaming and you happen to have chat visible on screen, you better hope none of your viewers have said any of the bad adult words that would get YouTube's ads taken away, because that is what unfortunately happened to one creator, Brad Taste in Music, nice name by the way. Literally in the first 2 to 3 seconds of the video, it can be seen that one of his viewers were just explaining how confused they were, hearing something out of context, and used a flavor word that left a bad taste in YouTube's policy enforcers' mouths. So the whole video got demonetized. Now, I could probably guess what you're thinking, and you're right. This is really fucking stupid. And it honestly just reinforces the notion that if you truly wish to support your favorite creators, sign up for their Patreons, Ko-Fis, coffees, memberships, give tips, or buy their merch, but only if you can afford to. I've seen some people say that they can't premiere their videos anymore, and I'm not sure if that'll work, as again, the offensive words will have to be visible on the screen, and I don't think there's a way to live stream your in real-time chat in a pre-recorded video. But if someone ever figures that out, let me know. That would be kind of interesting. In some ways, while YouTube is still a great way to earn an income, whether it be through the AdSense dollars, sponsorships, and branded sales, it also sucks that even if a video is given the yellow dollar sign, it stifles the reach that video has by, in a way, shadow banning it. It's a shame that creators are getting punished for things mostly out of their control, but at this point, it's just another way YouTube tries to enforce this dumb, squeaky clean image onto people just so they can keep their advertisers. Though, here's a thought. After all the crazy things that have been on TV and the oodles of ads that are still shown there, what's the difference between the two? I feel like it's this weird power thing going on, as I'm not sure if there's a way for us to teach YouTube a lesson in numbers, as there's so many creators on this app, both big and small, and obviously whatever would need to happen to fix things would have to be well thought out to avoid the worst possible option, and obviously also include majority of the users on this platform. But again, just take care of your favorite creators when and if you can, so that they can still make the content that both of you enjoy. It's been a couple of years since James has been talked about. Last time was about how he liked to use his fan base as a dating pool he could just dive into, forgetting that that's a little inappropriate and takes advantage of the power dynamic between him and his fans. But now he wishes to be uncancelled because he wants to successfully sell his new brand of makeup and not be seen as the guy who was somehow unknowingly flirting with non-adults and being inappropriate with them, which I kinda get. He started asking for IDs now before sending booty pics, but him still trying to go through his fan base rather than finding someone that's at his level. Like, come on, let's think about this. Out of all the people he could choose from that are adult men that would be interested in him and in the same field, there has to be a decent handful that would actually want to be with him. I genuinely do not know why he keeps looking in areas that I thought we all agreed upon were very dangerous waters to navigate, especially in that way. But I wonder what y'all think of him wanting a second chance to try to get back to those glory days he had years ago. Do you think he deserves it, or that he should accept where he is now and work with what he's got? True crime content will always be an interesting and complex topic to talk about, as within the past few years, it has become way more popular since the phenomenon that was Tiger King and all subsequent popular tragedies afterwards. And I honestly feel weird calling them popular, but with people's innate morbid curiosity about these horrible events and the fact that for some it's entertainment and for others it's education, there is a very fine line when it comes to covering these events with all the respect that they deserve. There's always been the discussion of what is and isn't appropriate to do while going over the events. Is eating food okay? What about putting on makeup? ASMR true crime readings? What about drawing? I think that these are good questions to ask, and while some I listed are genuinely not okay, I think in this instance, this presentation is beyond disrespectful. Here's the thing with true crime. We all know that this type of content is already sensitive in nature, as it discusses the horrible things people will do to others for some sick sport, and real people had to experience these vile acts against them. So you'd think people would do their best to present these cases in a tasteful manner. Well, a creator named Zav Girl is the latest to garner ire from a lot of people, and in my opinion, for a good reason too, as she thought it'd be a wonderful idea to put the autopsy photos of a child victim's body behind a paywall. I'm not gonna repeat that, you can just play it back if you're trying to make sure what you heard was correct. She also released a horrible video apologizing for this, but it's not good, as she tries to justify her actions by saying, and I quote, "Putting the evidence behind a paywall meant added security, and I naively thought they wouldn't be made public." There's no way that you taking publicly available material about a gruesome case that involved a child and putting it behind a paywall where you and not the victim's family receives profits was okay in any form or fashion. Human decency and common sense is endangered, I tell you. Also, please do not waste your time going to their channel to add your 2 cents. It's unneeded, and they're already getting a shit ton of backlash from their own fans. Let's also switch to another topic. This one makes me want to scratch something. Since May 1st, any Hollywood writers in the Writers Guild have been on strike and have recently been joined by fellow actors in their guild since July 13th. This also isn't the first time that the writers have been on strike before either. Back in 2007 or 2008, they went on strike for 100 days or a little over 14 weeks, as they wanted fair compensation for their work in the beginning of the digital age. And even before that, way back in 1988, they striked for 196 days or 28 weeks for creative control and residual payments for their work on TV shows. At the end of the day, it's about people getting paid and treated fairly for the work they put in to make a lot of these companies and studios as successful as they are. And in today's economy, best believe people want to and deserve to be able to afford to pay their bills and have enough money to actually enjoy their lives and not just survive, because we all know that's not really living. The not so crazy part about this is the fact that companies, including beloved Disney, the higher ups have shown us how much they value the people that create the content we enjoy today. Disney CEO Bob Iger really said that what the writers are expecting and asking for is unrealistic. I'm sorry, but riddle me this. How is it that asking for a livable wage seems unrealistic? Because if you think about it, if you can live beyond comfortably while you're worth $690 million fucking dollars, then would the people that work for you and honestly help you earn, quote unquote, that much money off the stuff they make, how come they can't live comfortably with a little extra to spare? Please make it make sense. Not to mention the fact that the actors are striking as well because companies want to add their likeness, appearance, and voice to AI and never pay them again for using their person or their persona in films and in TV. So not only are they going to basically siphon people's identities, but they're also going to use it as much as they wish without compensating the people whose identities they're stealing. Why are y'all so desperate to push out the creativity and humanity that oozes out of these projects just to replace them with cold, unfeeling efficiency? You could have all the money in the world, but nothing could replace the fact that it's worth nothing compared to the lack of integrity y'all keep losing the more and more you try to do the bare minimum for the most profit. And I get it, that's how you can tell how good a business is. But what happened to making sure the people that work for you enjoy the job, love the company, and feel secure? What happened to the loyalty that once was mutual between companies and their workers? To be cruel enough to say that y'all plan to, and I quote, wait for things to drag on until union members start losing their apartments and losing their homes. The people behind these corporations are not fit to call themselves human. Honestly, I hope both the actors and the writers get what they deserve, considering that if there were no writers, then we wouldn't have many of the amazing shows that have been produced. Or if we didn't have new actors, all of the new talent that we usually have every so often, we wouldn't have them anymore. My personal faves are Mad Men, Altered Carbon, BoJack Horseman, among many others. And obviously, these beloved titles were produced by really good writers. While this strike will definitely delay some of the shows and movies originally planned and promised by big Hollywood, this is still a great opportunity for smaller studios to not only set a good example of how this industry should be working, but that the content they make is truly made made by those that are well looked after and taken care of, because the people up top understand that they wouldn't be where they are without the people under them. And of course, if you can, please support these writers and actors and whoever else decides to strike if they feel that they deserve better, because they do. At the end of the day, there really is power in numbers. Do not forget that. Well, those are all the stories in recent times that piqued my interest enough to talk about them in this episode of The Puff. What are your thoughts on some of the topics? Is true crime exploitative overall, or is there a way to present these stories and stay respectful? Does James Charles really deserve another chance? Are you gonna support your favorite creators through all the mess they go through with YouTube or whatever platform they're on? Let me know in the comments below. Other than that, I am your neighborhood stoner space cat. Stay high, stay hydrated, stay out of trouble, please, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.